About Finland? Yeah, Finland. New unexpected adventure around every corner. Panama's on the list. Hey, I'm ahead of the curve as always. Panama is a place that has all types of biodiversity. It's tropical with white sand beaches, black sand beaches too that sparkle, rainforest, indigenous culture, highlands shrouded in mist. If you like hiking, if you like surfing, if you like laying on the beach, if you like music, if you like, Panama has it all, plus the Panama Canal, of course. Smaller groups can do big things this year. They are talking big things for small groups. That is one of the trends. Many travelers are gravitating toward embarking on smaller group adventures. So at Peaks Cruises and Tours, we're group specialists. And we try not to do large, humongous groups, but we can. We've done up to past 200. So if you're looking for a large group management, we definitely can do that. But people like traveling in groups. And you know why? Because you find people with similar interests. It's fun to go to a new place with other people. There's that fear factor a little bit. Sometimes you're comfortable. And it's just fun to hang out with people that want to do similar things. So smaller groups are huge. Culturally immersive experiences this year. That's kind of been a thing that's been going on and upcoming for the last 5 years, I want to say, is people want the experiential experiences. They want to be part of the culture, not just going to a destination to see it, but to experience it. Hands-on cooking classes with the locals, staying in boutique accommodations, and just having some real down-to-earth type experiences in these locations. People are interested in good global citizenship. That's on the upswing. When I was teaching at the college, we talked about it as volunteerism, and people are still doing that. Some, especially the younger generation, those that go and really get into the culture, and some of them are backpackers. You know, you have these stereotypes of what you see in terms of people volunteering when they go to a place, but it's not just that. Sandals Resorts has a program where you can go and you can read to the kids, you can take school supplies. Other companies and tour companies and resorts and people that are involved in their local communities where they have their businesses are offering programs to be able to give back to the communities. So when you go to a place, if you're interested in helping in any kind of way, just ask someone at the front desk of the hotel that you're staying at, or before you get there, do some homework and find some areas that you might be interested in helping while you're on vacation. Cuba has some fantastic opportunities. So there's things to do every place you go. You just have to do your homework and make it a priority. But that's one of the trends. Smaller groups, more immersive experiences, giving back to the local community, all hot trends for 2019. And the path less traveled is another trend for this year. People want to go where they're not going to run into 500 million tourists all at one time. Last week we talked about how to see Alaska on a cruise ship and not hang out with the crowds that the ships, from all the ships that are coming into Alaska. So there are ways for you to see the local community without being a part of huge crowds. And there are destinations to go to that are less crowded. So some of the ways to do that are the smaller ships if you're on cruises, because they can get into ports that the larger ships can't get into. And then some of these smaller Caribbean islands that are available for visitors, and it's very important to them that tourists come and visit them, because that's how they make the bulk of their finances in a country like that. So find these smaller islands. They're just as beautiful, in fact sometimes more so. They're less crowded, and there's just it's just absolutely gorgeous. I love the smaller environments and smaller ships and things. So that's another trend for 2019. So I'm going to take another quick break, well, a little break. And when I get back, we're going to talk travel news. How is the government shutdown affecting travel in the U.S.? That's a big deal. That's part of travel news on your Bucket List Buster here with Karen Duncan. See you in a minute. Well, are you interested in traveling as a group in 2019? Well, here at Peaks Cruises and Tours, we have a few that you may be interested in, or you can put your own together. We're here to help. First, we have the annual Peaks Pairs Vacation. Peaks Pairs, that's it. Sandals in Barbados, St. Lawrence Gap, Barbados. All-inclusive resort. Stay at one and play at two, because we get to go visit the Royal Barbados in Sandals as well. Star Global Gourmet dining at 17 restaurants. Premium alcohol. Water sports include scuba, kayaks, canoes, snorkeling, Hobie cats, pool, volleyball, glass bottom boats. Land activities include table tennis, bocce ball, beach volleyball, board games, pool tables, cricket, and yoga. Gratuities and hotel taxes are included, transfers are included, complimentary welcome beverage, and complimentary basic Wi-Fi. And guess what? Because you're going with Peaks Cruises and Tours, you will also get a romantic dinner for two, Barbados Garrison Historical Sightseeing Tour, the Oystons Express over to Oystons Fish Fry, that is the top of the town fun, all flat out party on Friday nights where the locals and the tourists meet. One complimentary cocktail reception, one group dinner, group activity, and 15-minute group portrait session where we all will get a 5x7 group photo. Who's included? All couples in love. We look forward to having you with Peaks Pairs. That's October 8th this year. So join us. Come have some fun with your loved one. We look forward to having you. Welcome back to your Bucket List Buster. Karen Duncan here. We are talking travel news right now. It's been a full, jam-packed, fun show today, but we got lots of information still to come. So how is the shutdown in the states affecting travel? The federal workers that are deemed essential, including air traffic controller and TSA employees, will continue to work. Although, as of yesterday, on the news, you have heard that some of the TSA officers are calling in sick. And so that's going to affect the safety in the air, according to the Pilots Association. They will not receive paychecks until the shutdown ends. Hundreds of TSA officers are calling in, hundreds. And it's major for airports. That's going to be a big deal. I'm really interested to see how that's going to turn out, because it's going to start disrupting air flights, I believe, personally. The State Department said it will continue to offer passport and visa services during the lapse of appropriations, claiming process times are currently not impacted. They are urging customers to keep their scheduled appointments, and the U.S. embassies and consulates also remain open for U.S. citizens traveling abroad. Travelers looking to apply for the Trusted Traveler programs like the Global Entry might experience a delay in applications, according to a notice on the government site that says the website is not currently being actively managed and will not be updated until after funding is enacted. So that's an area you may find some delays, is if you've applied for a Global Entry. Folks, you just got to stay on it. You need to go to the State Department and keep looking at what is going on prior to your travels to make sure that you get everything that you're supposed to have. 19 Smithsonian museums and galleries, along with the National Zoo announced on January the 2nd via social media that they are closed until further notice. Some national parks are actually operating and will remain accessible to visitors. However, access may change without notice. According to a statement on the State Department's website, you gotta go to the website. Travel advisors should monitor the situation closely. So if we're planning a trip for our customers, we need to look out. That's one of the things that a service that I can provide for you or any other travel professional if you've got plans. And some people have been wanting to go to Yellowstone and Yosemite and places like that all their lives, and they put this on the calendar for this year. So it's important that we stay abreast and make sure that you get to go there. What they are going to do, the national parks announced that they're going to use reserve money from visitor fees to fund operations of the parks affected by the shutdown. So currently those are open. They lack staff, and you do have access to the park, and facilities like restrooms may not be as clean as they should be, but they're trying. Security, trash collection, and road maintenance, they're working to keep those things staffed, but just keep in mind, don't judge them this year, y'all. Don't give them a bad judgment. And for my international travelers, if you're coming over, know that this is not the way that we usually conduct business, and let us know if we can help you in any kind of way. You need to go to www.n like Nancy, P like Paul, S like Sam, .government, and select Find a Park for additional information on access to parks and sites in a particular area. So that's nps.gov to find out what's going on at the park. The park is their national parks are looking at underfunding about $12 billion. They're already underfunded by $12 billion, and without proper appropriation funds, it's going to be a really bad deal. Southwest Airlines is close to launching its much anticipated West Coast to Hawaii. Yeah, people have been waiting for Southwest to be able to do that. They are just waiting for the FAA to give them the proper documentation for them to fly across the water for that length of time. They have to, cross their T's and dot their I's. They will also continue its bags fly free policy. You'll get 2 free bags without charge to be able to go to Hawaii on Southwest. It's coming any day now. They thought that it would be done in December, but it wasn't quite finished in December, so they're hoping that, I do believe that they are already selling tickets, but they won't be flying until like March or something. Carnival Cruise Line is about to build a ship with the first roller coaster at sea. It's going to be on the Carnival Cruise Line ship called the Mardi Gras, which debuts in 2020. It's an electric roller coaster, allows 2 riders in a motorcycle-like vehicle to race along a track 187 feet above sea level. Yep. And you will have 360-degree views. This roller coaster will launch where the riders can achieve race car level of acceleration. That's scary, y'all. On the water, but there's some people out there that would do that. And you'll have high-powered hairpin turns around Carnival's iconic funnel. Rider speeds are posted after the race, and just like land-based roller coasters, guests have their photo taken during the ride for a memorable keepsake, at a cost, of course, with guests getting to choose their own speed. Each ride is unique, so you can tell them how fast you want to go. So I would have to look at it first and then decide that I want to go like 40 miles an hour, maybe. I'd have to see. Anyway, the Mardi Gras is going to be based in Port Canaveral, Florida, so that's a good one. Well, a lot of times we want to know who takes the top spot for safety in airlines. We want to make sure we're safe when we're flying, right? Because we're not in control. Most of us are afraid of flying because we're not in control. But you have less accidents in the air than you do on the road. So just keep that in mind. So who is the safest airlines? Well, it's Qantas. It takes the #1 spot. The top 20 are New Zealand, Alaska, Al Nippon,